Hi everyone and welcome to NameHero.com. Today I want to demonstrate how you can install a WordPress plugin on your website with us at NameHero.com. Right now I'm inside your WordPress admin area, and if you've watched our other videos you already know how to install WordPress, and if you don't then you can just search through our YouTube channel and you'll find many tutorials on how to do so. But once you install WordPress you're going to have access to your admin area, and your admin area is where you control your entire site. It's where you publish your content and modify your site and change the look and feel of it, and you can do pretty much everything from inside of here. Gone are the days where you have to be an HTML programmer or know how to do complicated things. That doesn't happen anymore. You don't have to worry about that. As long as you have a web browser and an active internet connection, then you can use WordPress to build a pretty amazing site with little to no experience at all. Now in my how to make a blog guide, I showed really quickly how to set up a blog in real time with the professional design. The design is actually for free. So you can see this is the blog I've set up, and just ignore the domain doesn't really match the content. It's just a dummy domain, so to speak. But I do want to show how to add a plugin to WordPress once you do have it installed. So this is what you see as soon as you log into your admin area. And to begin installing a plugin, you're going to go over here to plugins, and you can just click that. This will bring us to the main page, and these are just two default plugins that come with WordPress, and you can activate them or delete them. It doesn't matter. I think this one here just prevents comment spam, and which is you're going to get a lot of comment spam if you use WordPress. It's just one of those things. So I do recommend using that, and you can just click and activate it. And this here, you can see Hello Dolly is not just a plugin. It's just kind of one of the cute things they have, so to speak, to use. So that's not as important, but you are going to want to have your comment spammer here on just to keep that from happening. But if you want to add new plugins, you can just click Add New. And then you can see it brings up WordPress's plugin directory, and some of their most popular ones are on here: WP Supercache, Jetpack, BuddyPress, and there's pretty much a plugin for anything. Now, as I've mentioned in my guide for how to create a blog, you don't want to add just every plugin in the world just because you can. The more plugins you add, you have to be careful because the more performance it's going to affect your website. And when people come to our support team at NameHero and say, well, why is my WordPress site slow? Well, we log in and we find 50 plugins installed and enabled, and that's the reason. You have to be careful. Just because there's a plugin that's out there that you would like to have doesn't mean you absolutely have to have it. So you only want to use a plugin when you really do need the features of it, and you want to verify by looking at these reviews and as well as how many active installs to see how good it is, as well as when it was last updated. Those are always key things. If it's not updated frequently, if it doesn't have good reviews or a lot of installs, then you probably don't want to use it in the first place, because there are some bad actors out there. It doesn't happen a whole lot because WordPress does a good job about policing their plugins, but sometimes there's some bad people around there that come out with plugins that are bad for your site. So make sure you pay attention to the reviews and into how often it's updated. So right now I want to demonstrate how to install WordFence security. And so I'm just going to search it, WordFence. And it just takes a second, and you can see it comes right up. WordFence security is a security plugin for your WordPress installation, and basically it just scans the site every night, looks for malware, malicious files. It makes sure that evildoers can't get into your installation, and it also sends you a nice little summary email once a week to let you know the activity and how they've helped protect you. And so I recommend this, and it also will let you know if your site's out of date or your plugin's if you have a plugin that goes out of date. And it will let you know that, hey, it's time to update it. So usually with users that use WordFence security, we don't get a lot of support requests for security problems. So I recommend installing it. And you can see it's got 2916 reviews, over 1 million plus active installs, and updated 4 days ago. So it's got everything that we're looking for. So all we have to do is click Install Now. And it's just going to take a few minutes here or a few seconds really, just to do its thing and to run in the background. So we just leave it. There's nothing we have to really do, but you can do this for any of the plugins for WordPress. You just look them up in here and you click Install. And once it's installed, you just have to activate it by clicking Activate. And this, we'll go ahead and enable it on your website. Well, one thing, if you have a really popular website, then you want to check with our support team and make sure you're optimized before adding WordFence security. Because if you're really popular, meaning you're getting like 50,000 unique visitors a day, then WordFence might not be your best option, just because you have so much traffic, and this has a firewall to it. And so we need to really tweak your site. But if you have under 50,000 uniques a day, then WordFence security we do highly recommend it. They've got a tool, so you can see you've just installed WordFence. Start by entering your administrator email address and get alerted, and then you can start your tour. So I'm going to enter mine, Ryan@NameHero.com, and get alerted. So now I'm going to receive alerts, and you can see, okay, I've added it there, so I can start the tour. And then I can go through, and this will actually go through step by step everything that WordFence allows me to do. And I'll leave that to you because it is quite intensive. It tells you a lot about Google's SEO blacklist and how their stuff works and all that. So it's really good to explain it. And if you haven't used WordFence before, I do recommend just going through and figuring out how it works. Now, another plugin that I like is Yoast SEO, because it helps put the necessary elements on your website to allow you to rank good in the search engine. So we can go back here to plugins and click Add New. And again, these plugins I'm installing are 100% free. WordFence does have a premium version, but the free version is plenty enough. If you start having problems, then you can upgrade to premium later. But I just use the free one, and it works great for me. So I'm going to search Yoast for Yoast SEO. And here it is, Yoast SEO. And you can see, like I said, this does a really good job of putting all the necessary SEO elements on your site, so Google and Bing have an easier way to crawl and find your content, so it can index it so people can find you on Google. Because of course that's very important. And back in the old days, and I'm talking 5-6 years ago, you had to manually do this, and I cannot tell you how hard and long and time consuming it was. With Yoast SEO, you don't have to worry about it. It does everything for you. So you just click install now, and you can see pretty much the same process as WordFence was. It just continues to run, do its thing. I'm not touching anything as far as having to upload into an FTP program or go configure a database. I don't have to worry about any of that. The installation is just automatic. So you can see, boom, it's installed. We can click activate. And then as soon as we activate it, boom, we are now ready to go with Yoast SEO. So, and you can go through the settings on it and kind of customize it. But where you'll really notice Yoast SEO is when you go to make a new post. You'll see some additional options down here. You can see it wants you to enter your focus keyword, and then it'll start giving you a score on how well your article pertains to your focus keyword. So this is excellent, and I've really split tested this a lot to see if it actually helps me rank higher, and it really does. So I recommend Yoast SEO. So that's all I'm going to demonstrate in this video. I think you kind of get the idea about how you look for and install plugins. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on this video, or you can reach out to our support desk, and we'd love to help you out. But it's pretty self-explanatory. Again, just don't go crazy. You don't want to install hundreds of plugins. Yoast SEO, WordFence security, and a couple contact forms. 20 or so, that's fine. But you start getting to 100 or so, it's just too much. And it depends on how well they're coded and how well they're updated as well. So there's a couple elements that go into it. So I tell people, only install plugins that you absolutely have to have. So Yoast SEO, you absolutely have to have SEO, right? So that makes sense. WordFence security, you absolutely have to have security. Well, then there's other things like related posts. That's fine. You can add stuff like that. What's some other ones I listed? Sumo Me, that's an email newsletter one. That's one you don't have to have, but I like it, and it doesn't take a lot of server room. So just kind of play around with them. And again, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to our team to make sure your site's running efficiently. But I do definitely recommend at least WordFence security, because it'll help you stay safe. So thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy your WordPress hosting at NameHero.com.